And Andre, I went to the game here at Busch yesterday. Me and the other 40,000 people who were here all went through these metal detectors, and they're new this year. One of the points of them is to make sure they are able to detect if anyone's trying to get into Busch with a gun. But the bigger fear is that people come downtown for the game, they park their car in a lot, they lock their gun in the car, and then a criminal comes by, either breaks the window or is able to get into the trunk, and that gun is then stolen and used in a crime. And if you are walking downtown today and someone does ask you for $1, that official gives you a few things that you should do. First off, just say no thank you. If that person starts to follow you or makes you uncomfortable at all you have to do is call police or find one of the many police officers that will be down here today. If you do have an emotional response and you want to do something to help, then they suggest dialing 211. That is the number for the United Way. You can make a donation right over the phone, or you could give your money to the St. Patrick's Center or the bridge here in town. I actually printed out the release that we got from St. Louis County officers yesterday afternoon, where they described they wanted to speak with a person of interest in relation to a shooting that actually happened Sunday. You probably remember there was then a SWAT investigation that happened Sunday night in Warden, Illinois. We understand this man is from Warden, and now, according to Alton Police, they say the man they shot and killed is this exact same person. In the last hour, I have been going back through some of our former KMOV stories. Get this, just this year, 10 pedestrians have been hit in the city of St. Louis. 5 of those victims have died. To put that into some perspective for you, in all of 2014, only 7 pedestrians were hit. I have been going through the crime statistics for just 2015, and according to these, I can tell you that aggravated assaults with a gun are up 60% from this time last year. And just a heads up to any of you who are thinking about coming downtown tomorrow, the game is going to be right here at Busch at 1:15, and then the puck drops at Scott Trade Center at 2 o'clock. It'll be very busy downtown, but hopefully we'll get 2 hometown wins tomorrow. We'll send it back to you guys. So to summarize, 5 men, 1 woman, all shot in less than 5 hours here in the city of St. Louis. And again, police here have no one in custody.
Laura, you had a chance to speak with some of those lawmakers.
I did, Emily. Representative Dwight Kay, who represents Collinsville, which is where we are now, he's going to jump on Interstate 55 in just a little bit, make his way back to Springfield, as will every other member of the General Assembly. I also had a chance to share some emails with those in the governor's office, and both of those officials tell me that the #1 priority over the next 7 weeks is passing a balanced budget. Really not a surprise when you consider all the financial problems that have plagued this state for years. And just a heads up to any of the ladies who might be coming here today, unlike the NFL, Major League Baseball does not have any restrictions on purses. So if you have a red purse, you might as well grab it. And better yet, if you get thirsty, you can take in water bottles that are clear. And I promise you, they're a lot cheaper than the ones you'll get inside. We'll send it back to you guys.
Leave it to Laura Hettiger to have the cutest red purse around. All right.
In the last 30 minutes, though, I did have a chance to speak with the Edwardsville police chief to find out what information were they looking for on this subject's computer that they were trying to seize. He will not comment on that. I'm also trying to get that information from Madison County Sheriff's Department. Illinois State Police, though, have taken over this investigation, and they do confirm to me that a handgun was recovered from this scene. News 4 is going to stay on this all day. We'll have more information coming up on News 4 at noon. That request is leave your guns at home. They are not allowed here at Busch Stadium. They are not allowed just down the street at the Scott Trade Center. Now, the chief's fear is that people will come downtown for the games. They will park their cars in a parking lot, lock their guns in their cars, and then go away for 3 hours to enjoy the game. Criminals come by, they try breaking a window, get into that car, steal a gun, and then use it in a crime. The police chief tells us that guns stolen out of cars is actually up 70% in the first quarter of this year. Moreover, I have been going through the city crime statistics this morning, and I found out that crime all across the city of St. Louis is up more than 20% compared to this time last year. So 7 weeks from now, what will be accomplished? I sure don't know, but one thing I do know is I will continue to follow these measures and other big things happening in Springfield, and when I do find out more, I'll let you know. It is another frustrating morning outside St. Louis City Police headquarters. 6 people shot and no one in custody. You guys explained the location, so let's go ahead and get you to what those crime scenes looked like. This is one of the more complex situations that I have ever covered, because not only does it involve Illinois State Police, it also involves St. Louis County Police, the Madison County SWAT team, and Alton Police. As for the Alton officer who did shoot and kill this suspect, we understand that he has 10 years of experience and he is on leave with pay as this investigation continues. Illinois State Police do tell us that they should release more information on this sometime later today.
First, let's check in with our Laura Hettiger, who is outside the stadium with the Bommarito Street Fleet. Laura is here to share what you need to know if you're planning on heading downtown today. Good morning, Laura.
Hey, good morning to you, Mike. We've been talking about it all day, the excitement surrounding the home opener in Busch Stadium, but we can also guarantee that some of the thousands who come here today will be stopped on the street and ask for money. Now, News 4 has long reported on panhandling, and when working on this story, I contacted both the mayor's office and the police department. According to city police, arrests for aggressive panhandling and begging are on the rise. There were 144 in 2012. 245 in 2013 and 257 in 2014. I talked to those with Downtown STL Inc. on why it is not a good idea to give money or food to panhandlers.
I'm not, enabling a situation that is harmful for this person, but really harmful for the community, because people do not want to be harassed when they're walking to a game. They don't feel comfortable with that, and it takes away from the energy and the vibrancy of the neighborhood.
So if you are walking downtown today and someone walks up to you and asks for $1, here's what that official suggests you do. First off, just say no thank you. If that person starts following you or makes you feel uncomfortable, you can call police or contact one of the dozens of police officers that'll be around here today. And better yet, if you do have that emotional response and you want to help, you can get out your phone, just dial 211, contact the United Way. You can give money there, or you can go to the St. Patrick's Center or the Bridge here in town and give money to one of those organizations. We'll send it back to you.
Our Laura Hettiger is live outside Busch right now with that message from the police chief. Laura.
And Andre, check it out. The sign is right there saying firearms and any weapons are not allowed here at Busch. As we come this way, these new metal detectors that they've installed this season should help deter people from bringing them in. But the big fear is when people come downtown, they might have their legal guns with in their car, then they park in a parking lot, they go to the game, and then criminals go to the car, break the windows, steal the guns, and use them in a crime. Now, this is really not an outlandish fear, considering how many times we brought you last year scenes like this. This is from last September when some Cards fans walked out of a game and right into piles of broken glass. Now, we reported on a rash of break-ins last season, so far none this season. News 4's Corey Stark was able to talk to Police Chief Sam Dotson about this. Go ahead and listen to this staggering statistic.
We've already talked about it. I've seen for the first quarter a 70% increase in stolen guns out of cars. You can't bring your gun to Busch Stadium today for the baseball game. You can't take it into the Scottrade for hockey. The greatest asset we have, people in the community that want to work with us to keep their community safe.
I have been going through the crime statistics for just 2015, and according to these, I can tell you that aggravated assaults with a gun are up 60% from this time last year. And just a heads up to any of you who are thinking about coming downtown tomorrow, the game is going to be right here at Busch at 1:15, and then the puck drops at Scottrade Center at 2 o'clock. It'll be very busy downtown, but hopefully we'll get 2 hometown wins tomorrow. We'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, let's hope, Laura, those streets around you will be packed with people wearing blue and red.
Laura Hettiger live in the Metro East for us. But first, Kelly Davis in North St. Louis this morning.
It's back to work for state lawmakers here in Illinois today after a 2-week spring break. Some of them are going to be jumping on I-55 and making their way to Springfield in just a couple of hours. They tell me the big thing they want to accomplish is balancing a budget, but there are also 2 measures that impact every driver here in the state of Illinois. I'll break it all down coming up at 6:40. Stick with us. You're watching News 4 this morning.